Yo, how's it going? My name is Houston, and welcome back to another video. Hope you've been well. I just been chilling, working out in the pouring down rain every day this week at least. But what has it been, like 2 weeks since the last video? Dude, I suck at this. I'm so bad at this. What? I gotta stop making promises. Like, no, I already said that actually. I said that at one point that I'm not promising anything. I'm just trying. Okay, and if I'm trying, then that's what matters to me. It's tough though. Anyway, let's get into it. All right, here we are. Finally, the full game. Tick tock, Pinocchio Gamer. Apparently, I was just looking. The last video that I uploaded was an Armored Core video. God, that feels like a million years ago. But yeah, you know, finally we are here with this full game. Yeah, so finally here we are with Liza P. It is one of the best Souls-likes, if not the best Souls-like that has come out to date. I feel like I can confidently say that even without beating the game. It really just, it takes all the good things about the Souls games, and or at least most of the good things about the Souls games. It sort of capitalizes on them in a way, and then it uses its own formula to make it its own thing, like make it be very distinct. Yeah, that's the magic of Souls games, right? Because you want it to feel like Dark Souls, but Yami's hitting my oh god, one sec. Yeah, Yami's just laying on my computer, my keyboard. You want it to feel like a Souls-like, especially in the combat, like the way the combat feels. You want your weapons to have impact. You want your character to move quickly enough where you don't feel like you're sluggish. And then obviously, you know, things like good lore and good level design mean a lot. Holy fuck, what is that? I'm getting my shit rocked right now. I'm having a lot of trouble like figuring out how to parry this thing, and I might be dead. Oh no! What? Okay, there we go. So something like this, right? You stagger them, boom, and then you got a little bloodborne effect. Bam! Visceral attack, critical attack, whatever you want to call it. Probably should have beat that thing a little bit easier, but that's all right. You know, it's hard to talk in game at the same time for someone like me. And that's a bear trap. Resident Evil 4. Oh my god, grow up. Okay, so what I was saying about the whole like Souls-like thing was that this game, so it takes the parry mechanic and the posture mechanic from Sekiro, but it kind of puts its own little twist on it. So you have a guard and then you have a perfect guard, where if you perfect guard, you don't take any damage and you build up an invisible posture bar on the enemy. And you could see that against that bear, their health bar turned white, and that means their posture was ready to be broken. It was drained, and then if you do a heavy attack, it breaks their posture and it allows you to do the visceral attack or the critical attack. It staggers them. That's the word I'm looking for. It's nice being able to work towards something like that in combat because it gives you options, right? So you can get the enemy attack patterns down from mob enemies to bosses. And you could just parry them over and over and over again and break their posture, or you could dodge in like a traditional Souls game. You don't actually have to parry. And then something that I'm actually not familiar with in other Souls likes is that in this game you pick up weapons, or you find weapons. Like all of these are weapon blades that I've found, but each blade also comes with its respective handle, so you can mix and match blades and handles. So like that acidic crystal spear that I just found, I could like use that tip, which gives me a certain special attack, but then I can pair it with, I don't know, this big pipe wrench handle, which is a two-handed type, and that has a different fable art or a different weapon ability as well. And it also has different scaling. So the scaling is based off the handle, and the attack type is based off, oh, and the size of it mostly is based off the what's it called, the blade. So it looks like you can activate this to do acid damage or something like that. You could put a longer handle on it, like a spear type handle, and you could stab with it instead. I don't know, there's just a lot of like weird different combinations you can do. I actually don't know how many weapons there are, but for every weapon there's two parts. So take all those parts and you can mix and match them however you want. Oh, you can also change the scaling of your weapons too, which is really cool. So like if you wanted to use the same weapon but scale it into like dexterity instead of strength, you can just find a special item like a crank. Everything has to do with puppets in this game, of course. And then you just use that crank on that particular weapon and it'll change its scaling. So on another note, 2 Saturdays ago, I did a Spartan race for the first time. I'm wearing the shirt right now, the finisher shirt. 21K, half marathon, whatever, and 30 obstacles. And I passed every single obstacle. I also got 6th place out of 1,600 contestants, which I think that's pretty good. Oh my God, a cat. Wait, yo, come on, dude. I did the Spartan race. I like fucking climbed over 8-foot walls, 4-foot walls. I climbed ropes. I fucking climbed under barbed wire. I dunked into a mud hole, like underwater in a muddy water. I fucking like climbed mountains. I scaled along like these Z walls. Yeah, dude, it was so cool. I honestly thought that like it was gonna be harder on the strength side of things, but it wasn't. And that makes me want to do another one. I want to do the 50K and 80 obstacle one, because I think that would, like, I don't know. I just like to test my limits. I like to be like, oh, okay, well, this is what I think I'm capable of. So I'm probably capable of more, which is the reason I signed up for the half marathon one, because like I've ran a marathon before and I'm about to run another marathon in like 20 days. And I was like, okay, well, with the 30 obstacles, I think I'll do the half marathon because I think that'll still be a challenge. And it was, but I probably could have pushed myself harder and got a better placement, or I could have done a longer race. So I could have done like the 50K, which is 50K. That's 26 miles, right? Something like that. Metric system, am I right? Imperial. Why do we not use the metric system? That's so dumb. So all that to say, like, I really think, and I'm a huge proponent of this, I really think that if you have the slight urge to do anything like that, if you have a slight urge to, like, you know, run a 5K, 10K, 13K, you know, like run a marathon, like if you have a slight urge to try something that you think, even if you don't think that you can like do it 100%, it's just try it, please, because if you never try it, you will never forgive yourself. At least in my experience, I wouldn't be able to forgive myself. I was so nervous the morning of the Spartan race. I get nervous before every race that I do, but you know, you still show up and you still do it, and at the very end of it, you're like, holy shit, man, I can't believe that I thought I wouldn't be able to do that, because it just feels so amazing. Like it puts you in this state of equanimity, of just peace and contentness, and you, I don't know, you just feel on top of the world. It's so hard to describe if you've never experienced it before, but any sort of physical activity like that, where you're like pushing your outer limits and breaking those boundaries and finding out that you're capable of so much more than you thought, I mean, dude, it's a top 1 feeling in the world. I think that there's a big epidemic these days where a lot of people just don't really think that they're capable of as much as they should. I mean, dude, especially on like something like running, like, yeah, maybe you can't run a mile right now. Maybe you're in the worst shape of your life. Maybe you used to be able to run 5 miles, 10 miles, whatever. And now you can barely run 1. Hell, you can barely walk 1. But the idea of just getting up and getting out there, like just attempting, no matter how long it takes you, start out at like a fucking quarter mile, start out by walking to the end of the block. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing to be ashamed about that. These things take so much time, but that's why they're a lifelong endeavor. They're a commitment. They're a commitment to a system, right? Like what I was saying in one of my other videos about Archilochus. We do not rise to the level of our expectations. We fall to the level of our systems, or we fall to the level of our training. That's why you put in this time and this energy and this commitment day in and day out, because when you finally show up to do that thing, you know that you trained for it. And it's not just physical training either, right? It's mental training. I mean, the way that you react to certain situations is a product of the way that you trained yourself to react to micro situations of that same manner in the past. I mean, all those times that you get angry about dumb shit, like we all do, right? The likelihood and the amount of time that you're angry over that thing is directly related to how aware you are of that anger in each moment and how quickly you can pull yourself out of that anger. I don't know if that makes sense. I mean, all that to say, right? And this is what I've just always been talking about on this channel, is that you have the ability to, I mean, train yourself differently, right? But the thing is, dude, it just takes time. It takes so much time. And that shouldn't be the factor that that makes you stop or makes you scared to put in the time, to put in the effort, to put in the training. He's like, hey, what are you doing? It's such a realistic German Shepherd head. I don't really like it. Did you kill a German Shepherd to get that? Why can't I have your hammer? I want that hammer. I have that sword though. And I'm an idiot and I leveled up the sword that I'm currently using instead of that sword, even though that sword and its moveset and all that are just way better. But me being the very smart person that I am, totally related to what I was just saying. I bought both the weapons. I spent the boss souls and all that. And then before trying both of them out at their base level, I just immediately upgraded one of them. And then I equipped the other one because I was just curious. I was like, I like that one way more. That's cool. Anyway, fucking sign up for something. Commit like right now. Commit for something that's like months down the road. You know, I watched that video. For some reason, I was really inspired. I'm going to commit to a 5K in a couple months. 5K, do it. 3.5 miles or whatever it is. I believe in you so fucking hard. I believe in you more than anybody believes in you. Like I was saying at the top here, work this week is literally just me like fucking standing in the rain because it's finally rainy season here. And that just means that it is pouring sideways all day. And I think it's just this week when it's going to be happening. And then I think it's going to clear up a little bit next week. And then we get a little bit of a break. But yeah, right now it's bad. Being a supervisor is cool and all because I get to have more responsibility and then make more decisions that are helping forward the job and all that stuff. But sometimes, man, it's like there are times when it feels good to like be in control. But honestly, I mean, and you know, maybe this is just me, but I'm assuming that there are a lot of other people out there like this. Sometimes I don't want the stress, right? Like, yeah, it's a little bit more money and that's always nice. More money is always nice. Sometimes I just want to be like, hey man, what do you want me to do today? Oh, XYZ. Okay, sounds good. Thanks. And then if they trust me enough and they don't micromanage me, then yeah, they just leave me alone all day and I do the job. I love that. At the end of the day, somebody has to do the job, and I guess I was the right person to do the job. Oh my God. There are those perfect parries I was talking about. And then there's the white health bar. Then bang, do a heavy attack, break his posture, and critical. Yeah. One thing that I really enjoy about this game is that I think it wears its influences on its sleeve, but again, like I said earlier, it does all these iterations in its own way where it's not boring. Like you're not like, oh, another Soulslike. Blah, 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 blah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh shit. Oh my God. Okay. That's how you find the key, I guess. Am I fucking stuck right here? Nope. Okay, that's what I like. See, again, another mechanic that's great. So when you use up all your pulse cells, if you attack enemies enough, you can regenerate to get a pulse cell. You know, if the new Spider-Man is anything like the first one or Miles Morales, then I think we're in for another game of the year type thing. I can't believe the game's this year. I mean, I keep saying it and I can't believe it. Every time I say it, it's crazy, dude. It's fucking crazy.
A nasty puppet has invaded our territory.
A nasty puppet. You know, you go take him out. What the fuck, man? Come on. I'd like to get to a point where I could just, in a cleaner way, wrap up this video. I just kind of got to get off. I got to cook dinner because I did work today. And, oh my God, really one of these two? A fucking platforming drop? Grow up, NeoWiz. I appreciate you. I'm just going to hang out on this ladder until my next video. And, yeah, commit to that thing. Seriously, you will thank yourself after you're done. And just commit to it and train and just... dude, I fucking believe in you. I really do. You got this, okay? Be nice to people. Do your thing. I appreciate you, and I'll see you on the next one.